You've probably heard of onigiri, which is everywhere, and if you've seen these in convenience stores in Japan, they are like $1 and super, super convenient. You just pull. I will show you that in a sec, and you can even make these at home by yourself. But first, what is onigiri? It is a Japanese snack or meal made of rice balls, and you can fill it with basically anything. It's super portable. It is gluten-free by nature, as long as you pick stuff in there that is not gluten. And so it is just an easily accessible snack for everyone. It's cheap, it's delicious, it is perfect for those days out or for lunch boxes. So let me show you how you can make these on your own. First, let's talk about what you need. You can either have just a plain piece of plastic wrap, or you can get fun shape molds like I have. This one is super easy and we absolutely love it. The link is in the description. And then you obviously need rice. I love the haigamai, but if you want to learn about what kinds of rice, be sure to check out my video. Today I'm making 5 different kinds with you, but you can even pick and mix and do all kinds of stuff. So here I have shake, which is one of our favorites, family favorites, is salmon, salted salmon. You also have some tsukemono or pickled veggies. This is sakusaku shoyu, which is one of our favorite toppings for rice and all kinds of things. This is gomashio, which is literally just salt and sesame seeds. And then this is shiokombu, or salted seaweed pieces. Again, you can pick all kinds of different things. Let's get started. First things first, you are going to want a little bit of salt on hand, because for your onigiri, it's just better when you salt it a little bit. So I like it a little less, just like a little sprinkling. I'm not going to give you exact measurements, but I like to just put it a handful. You can make it bigger, smaller, depending on how big you want your rice balls to be. But I'm gonna take a big scoop right here, basically the size of my hand, okay? And it's a little mounded up like that. And by the way, if you have not seen this paddle on Amazon, it is our favorite. It's silicone, it stands up, and you can just toss it in the dishwasher. Okay, so now I'll just put it down. But then you might want to also mix in, if you're doing a big batch, your furikake ahead of time into the rice so that you can just mound and you're not even flavoring it as you go. But since we're making different kinds, I am flavoring as I go. The first one is going to be our favorite, salmon. Make sure your hands are obviously really clean and just break it up. And if you want to be super generous with the salmon, I'm going to use a whole little piece in here. And just go ahead and do that. And we're going to be mixing in, remember? So you kind of want it in the middle, but maybe you want it a little more spread out. Now, just want to blend this all to the middle. Make sure the sides aren't sticking out. And this is the traditional triangle that you will see in most places. And what I like to do, I just like to squeeze the top and grab the bottom, cup it like this. So basically you're making a triangle with your hands, and don't squeeze too hard, but you're squeezing to mold, squeezing to mold, squeezing to mold, squeezing to mold. Now this is very basic, just plain rice and salmon. But if you want to add sesame seeds so that it look cool on the outside, that is fantastic also. And that's really it, just until it all sticks together. And make sure you're using the right rice, because if you use jasmine rice, it's not going to stick together. You want to use Japanese short grain rice. Well, there you have it. Now, if you wanted this to have a cool peeling like this, because you're taking it out and you want it to be on the go and the nori just on its package like this, let me show you how to do that at home. So you want an onigiri that fits about this big, okay? So it's about a square, and you want it, when you fold it to the middle, you want it to be about yay big, okay? So let's make this. So we are folding to the middle. One side, you're going to fold to the middle. You don't want it to overlap, but you want it to touch. Okay. And then, oh, make sure you put the nori in there first. I like to use a half sheet because I like a lot of nori on my onigiri. So fold that over into half, then flip this over. This side is going to be where your onigiri is going to go. But on this side, if you have cute tape, feel free to use that. If not, I'm just using regular tape today, and that's totally fine too. But just go down, right down the middle. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Oops. All right, right down the middle. I even like to do a little bend so that I know where it starts, and maybe you have a little point to start pulling from right here. Just make sure you don't get it on the back side. I'm going to just tear that piece off like that so that there is a piece to pull from. You don't want the back side to peel at the same time because then the inside seaweed, the nori, will rip, okay? So here we go. And if you want to bend this down to the inside part right here, I think that will work. Now you flip it over. Like I said, make sure it is about the size that you want. If it's too big, it'll just be hard to fold and there'll be tons of flaps. So give it one last little squeeze to keep it together, especially if you have some oily stuff in there like sake, salmon. And then take your piece, put it in the middle right here, and then you just fold and wrap and wrap. Make sure the sides are in, and then here is your onigiri that is just like this one. So let me peel it and see how it works. You peel down from this. Oh, look at that, you're starting to see the nori, and then it might stick to your hand, but pull this side off. Ta-da! Pull this side off. Uh-oh. Pull this side off, and voila! Onigiri to go. It's all wrapped up. Like I said, cut your onigiri smaller if you want. Get rid of your trash. And is it green? Not really, but it is very convenient. This one I am making furikake and adding it ahead of time so you can just mix it in to begin with, which makes it a lot easier. Now you can make multiple at the same time. Also, if you make mixed rice, like we love corn rice, if you've seen our corn rice video, we love that as onigiri as well. You don't have to put anything in it. It is onigiri perfect as it is. So here it is. Here are some furikake ones. And if you wanted to add different things to this too, like for example, maybe I'll add some salmon to this one and just put it in. That's perfect. That one will just be furikake. And actually, I'll just top it off with a little more rice right here to seal it in. Flip it over. Push, 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 push. Take the cap off. Oop, that one had nothing in it. You can make it as small, as big as you want. And make it that with little nori furikake. Another thing that you might want to look at is ajitsuke nori. Usually I don't use flavored nori, but there are these little strips like this that make it super convenient that it has ajitsuke nori, and you can just wrap it up really easily. And you can just go like this, and you have your little onigiri bite with a little extra added flavor. We also made plain rice ones with just shiokobu, just tsukemono, and just sakusaku shoyu. My mom loved this one. It was a combination of all three of these mixed together. It has the tsukemono in the middle, has the shiokombu and the salmon in the middle. Absolutely delicious. Wrap it up with seaweed and off you go.